One adage in baseball is the ball will always find you. Usually, that's saved for fielders coming into a game for the first time, but on Friday night in Cleveland, it applied to Yankees reliever Mark Leiter Jr. The right-hander was acquired from the Cubs at the trade deadline this season as the Yankees' biggest move to shore up the bullpen. Unfortunately for him, an up-and-down last few months of the year gave manager Aaron Boone and the organization the tough decision to leave Leiter off the ALDS and ALCS rosters. But, due to Ian Hamilton's injury, Leiter was activated for Game 4 and will be on the team for the rest of the series. So naturally, the 33-year-old was asked to get some of the biggest outs of the night. After Clay Holmes allowed 3 runs in the 7th inning, Leiter was asked to preserve a 6-5 lead with runners on first and second and 1 out. Still had a long way to go to the finish line, and frankly, I wasn't quite sure how we were going to get there, Boone explained. I know Leiter's going to have to go through a run of lefties if he's efficient. He did a great job. Managed contact other than Naylor getting the leadoff double, man. I thought he was really good. The longtime Yankees skipper said he wasn't sure if Jonkincy Noel, the hero of Game 3, was going to pinch hit to face Leiter in that situation. But Boone trusted Leiter, who rewarded his manager by getting Noel to fly out and Andres Jimenez to strike out to get out of the inning with the lead. Leiter allowed the tying run to score in the 8th after a soft grounder by David Fry was botched by both the right-hander and Anthony Rizzo at first base. Despite the hiccup, Leiter did not give up anymore and gave the Yankees 5 huge outs. And it allowed the offense to take the lead in the 9th and ultimately win 8-6. It's unreal. That's a really tough spot to be in and thrown out to. He was ready for the challenge, Giancarlo Stanton said of Leiter's performance. I could see it in his prep and his eyes. Very similar to when he first got traded here. He got here in 2nd or 3rd inning, he was thrown into the fire and got it done. He'll be big for us. Friday was Leiter's first appearance in an MLB game since September 29th, almost 3 weeks ago. And yet he showed why the Yankees coveted him at the trade deadline. Leiter said he kept himself ready in that time by doing his mound work and working on things he got away from in the regular season during his bullpens and live BP. But Boone made sure to tell the right-hander that he needed to be ready to pick, and the 5-year reliever obliged. Boone kept telling me to be ready for anything and that I was going to be used to get big outs, he said after the game. That's the way it fell. Just try to stay ready and stay sharp. And when my name was called, go out there and do my job. There's a case to be made for him to be on the postseason roster both these times. The last guy left off, Boone said of the decision to leave Leiter off the ALCS roster. He's been through a lot this year. Had a great year with the Cubs, gets traded at the deadline, big piece for us. Up and down for us, had some success, some struggles, then gets left off. The thing I said before the game is you might find yourself in the biggest spot in this game. And he was ready for it, and he delivered. With the Yankees' bullpen worn out, Leiter provided some much-needed length from a fresh arm. He'll be used again, if not in this series, then in the World Series. The Yankees will have to win one more game before then, and their first chance comes Saturday in Game 5. Cleveland IP. Cleveland All-Star closer Emmanuel Clace gave up 2 runs in the 9th inning, and the New York Yankees moved closer to another World Series, beating the Guardians 8-6 on Friday night to take a 3-1 lead in the American League Championship Series. Gleyber Torres hit an RBI single, and New York scored its go-ahead run as shortstop Brian Rocchio booted Alex Verdugo's grounder for an error. It was a messy 9th for Clace, 0-2, as baseball's best reliever altered for the second night in a row. New York got 3 singles in the 9th off the right-hander, who gave up back-to-back homers in the 8th inning of Game 3, but got bailed out when the Guardians got 2-run homers in the 9th and the 10th. Giancarlo Stanton hit a 3-run homer, and Juan Soto hit a 2-run shot for the Yankees, who can advance to their 41st World Series with a win in Game 5 on Saturday night. Austin Wells also homered for New York. The Guardians are facing elimination in the postseason for the second time. They rallied in the ALDS to get past Detroit and will have to win 3 straight, including 2 at Yankee Stadium, to have any chance of ending their 76-year World Series drought. For the second straight night, New York's bullpen blew a late lead. The Guardians scored 3 runs in the 7th, 1 in the 8th, and threatened in the 9th, putting 2 runners on base. Yankees manager Aaron Boone went to Tommy Connell, and not closer Luke Weaver, for the last 3 outs, and the right-hander was able to put away Cleveland, something New York's relievers couldn't do Thursday. Stanton's 404-foot drive in the 6th inning off Cade Smith put the Yankees ahead 6-2. Cleveland scored 3 times in the 7th, and rookie Jonkincy Noel, who had a pinch hit ninth-inning homer in Game 3 sent a shiver through Progressive Field by flying out to the warning track. Cleveland tied it in the eighth when the Yankees, who have hurt themselves in the field and on the bases, botched an easy play in the infield. Bo Naylor doubled and moved up on an infield grounder. Mark Leiter Jr., added to the Yankees' ALCS roster earlier in the day as an injury replacement, got Steven Kwan to pop up. Leiter appeared to get out of the inning when David Fry, one of Cleveland's Game 3 home run stars, hit a slow grounder to the right side. Leiter charged the ball on the grass and scooped it barehanded as he neared the foul line toward first. But the ball went through first baseman Anthony Rizzo's legs, allowing Naylor to score the tying run. Stanton, who hit back-to-back homers with Aaron Judge in the eighth inning Thursday, gave the Yankees a 4-run lead with his 15th career postseason homer. Smith walked solo leading off the sixth, and Judge singled before Stanton drove a 1-2 fastball from Smith into the bleachers where a sizable contingent of Yankees fans were waiting for it to land. Stanton tied Carlos Beltran and Nelson Cruz for the most homers in the first 35 career playoff games. Stanton also moved into a tie with Judge and Babe Ruth for fourth in club history. Yankees. RHP Ian Hamilton's calf injury was severe enough that he was dropped from the ALCS roster. Hamilton got hurt while covering first base in the sixth inning of Game 3. He won't be eligible for the World Series if New York advances.